Hello and welcome back, guys, to the fifth game of the Team AOA knockout tournament. So it looks like I'm going to be the only one commentating tonight. Everyone else is busy. It is a Saturday night, so people do have lives. So we're going to get this underway. We have Stiggerz versus Pizza Head. Stiggerz as US, Pizza Head as Chimera. With pretty good players, been playing with both of them. So, same map as always. We see an oil center spawn this time around. Usually you see resources spawn all the way along here, so slightly fewer than normal. Straight into oil here from Pizza Head. And then barracks and oil from Stiggerz. So it looks like Pizza is going double oil straight away and then into his barracks. And so is Stiggerz going double oil. Interesting. Interesting that they're going for the same tactic, even though Pizza is playing as Chimera and Stiggerz is playing as US. It's interesting that they both make that move for the early oil. Oil generally in the early game for both factions is more useful. Although you also find that you get more oil or gold as you can take the banks, whereas I find I like to get the aluminium, one oil and then take the banks, but these guys are pretty better than me, so I won't question their logic. Another oil here from Stiggerz. Marines coming out now, heading towards the bank. Oh no, he's running straight past the bank. Yeah, well, interesting to see where he's going, because it doesn't look like he's going towards this bank, but who knows, it's very possible. The Recon UGV coming across. These are pretty good at killing infantry. Other than that, they die fairly quickly, but they're pretty good at killing infantry. And that might be exactly what's about to happen. You're going to see Stiggerz Marine run into that UGV, and he's going to die. Or is he? That UGV decided to stop firing for a reason. Strange. Ah, there we go. There. So this bank's taken now, almost full. You see Pizza taking his bank as well, only 2 units in there at the minute, with some troops coming over here, although we see a troop on troop action. Stiggerz Marine doing quite well there. Some Crushers coming down the side here now. Now Crushers, remember, can get a gun upgrade, which makes them fairly strong. I mean, they're not going to kill vehicles or anything like that. They're going to struggle to kill buildings, but against Marines, they are fairly strong, and there's quite a few out there here for them, 6 of them already. Bit inefficient here, using 3 per refinery, but oh well. Going out for the aluminium now. Stiggerz does have a turret, and he's getting turrets on all his refineries now as well. I know I played a game with him earlier where he lost all his refineries to a rush, so I think he's kind of learned from that now and getting up these turrets, and he sees these Crushers coming, so he's going for double turret now. Don't know how well those Crushers will do against these turrets, but we'll have to wait and see. Very cheesy little rush here using these Crushers. So he's going to get some damage done with these, but you'll probably see, javelins coming out now. Javelins will kill these very quickly. As for Peach's current build, he's not doing much. He is getting out SAS. SAS are very strong infantry units. Turret going down there now. So these things don't hold up very well against turrets. And you can see the javelins coming across now as well. Javelins will make quick work of these. Although Stiggerz will find this a bit annoying, and he's going to lose a couple of javelins to it. So it's going to be annoying for him to try and deal with. It'll frustrate him a little bit, but it's not going to lose him the game. Put it that way. But it is annoying little harass early on. So an SAS unit coming across the map now, maybe heading towards that bank, but it's already almost fully garrisoned by Stiggerz. Quite a lot of oil here for Pete's ahead. He's bringing out the spear vehicle bay now. Still 4 crushers remaining, and what they are doing very effectively is killing the M993s, which prevent any resources coming across. And Stiggerz is going to have to do something about it, or he's going to lose this refinery, and he definitely doesn't want to do that. So we're probably going to see that refinery go down. Another turret coming up here. And we see that refinery go down, so these crushers are being very effective. And that's definitely going to annoy Stiggerz to no end. 2 crushers remaining. Stiggerz is having to spend some of his resources putting all these turrets up, and that's going to annoy him quite a lot. Though he has expanded quite well, picking up lots of resources. Refineries all along here, so he's going very resource heavy. So he's going to get a much stronger economy very quickly. Some Pumas out now. Still 1 crusher remaining. Stiggerz has made no attempt to take back this gold. Obviously because he's expanded quite well now, so he doesn't really need to waste the resources taking that back. And he has got this, which is picking up half of that gold. So doesn't have to worry too much about that. He's not even putting much effort into killing this last crusher, he's kind of just letting it be. He knows that if it comes any closer it's going to die to the turret, so he doesn't really have to worry about that. See, fairly strong economy here from Stiggerz. He's got this light vehicle bay up, and that striker is going to kill the crusher very quickly. 1 shot and dead. And there comes a ICV out. Interesting. You can see Puma's coming across the map now. Obviously he wants to get that done before those strikers come out. So, although Stiggerz has put turrets up and that kind of thing, so those Pumas are going to have a little bit of a resistance. Who knows if there'll be enough resistance.
Enemy detected.
So we can see them facing off against that first turret now. Have to wait and see if Stiggerz can get some strikers up. turret goes down now. That Puma just manages to survive. So they're going to take down this refinery, it looks like. Stiggerz is getting harassed quite a lot this early game. So this refinery is going to go down. It's a fairly strong economy now as well.
User joined your channel.
Hey there.
Hello, hello, hello.
I'm back.
Hello, hello, hello. Busy with the Stiggerz versus Pizza Head game.
Oh, it's running already?
Yeah, the first of 3. More turrets coming up now.
Oh, has it already been launched or?
Yeah, it's already launched.
Okay.
Puma's still alive here.
Are there any matches before mine?
I'm not sure, you'll have to check the time. There's 3 matches tonight and I can't remember what order they're in. So those strikers are going to come deal with that now. Strikers will outgun Pumas, that's for sure. Pumas running away now. Although more Pumas are coming across the map now. So Stiggerz is quite far behind. Lots of Pumas coming out. Very interesting, you don't really often see Puma rushes early on. That's going to be too late. So he's getting more strikers up now. So he should just be able to deal with this. But he's had a very, very rocky start to this game. Double oil now. And aluminium. So Pizza Head has expanded his economy very well. Although Stiggerz has taken a lot of resources around the map. Puma's coming up the hill now. Going to see if these strikers move out, and they do. So that turret is going to go down very quickly, and just before it gets the upgrade as well. So the strikers are fighting at a disadvantage up the hill like that, so not a good situation for them. Stiggerz has struggled this game. He's struggled to kind of get his build order correct. He's been a bit unstable, if you would. Puma's wreaking havoc now. They might take down another refinery. And Stiggerz loses power. So he's going to want to get power out very quickly, though he hasn't even seemed to notice, unless he doesn't care, but he's not producing strikers, so, and their power comes out. Took him a while, and the refinery does go down. So this Puma harass doing very well, and there's even more Pumas coming across the map now, if you look at this. So very, very efficient Puma production here. And Pumas are pure gold, so that's why he went for this double oil early on. And I have a feeling this is going to be the end of Stiggerz. Just too many Pumas to deal with. Strikers, as I say, are stronger than Pumas, but not strong enough, not in these numbers. Another refinery down. And this is really, really going to be hurting Stiggerz now. I mean, his base is fairly well defended with these turrets and stuff, so you can see Pizza Head is not making any attempt to push into the main base as of yet. So those Pumas, they're not the strongest of vehicles. You can see they die fairly easily, but he's pumping them out quite efficiently, and he's going to start getting helicopters out as well. And those helicopters are very good against strikers. So we can see him coming into the base now, trying to come around out of range of those so that he can fire from the back here. His strikers dealing with the Pumas fairly well. As I said, Pumas are not very hardy tanks. So we see a Puma versus striker now. He's definitely going to have to transition out now, because you're going to see those Pumas are just...
Are you observing the matches?
Yes, I am.
Okay, can you also invite me into the next one after this?
Sure, I will do.
Thanks.
These helicopters are going to do very well against strikers. Helicopters are strong against strikers because strikers do not have very good anti-air. They do have some anti-air, but not very good at all. We do see Tusk 1 coming out now. Although this has just been very inefficient production from the Stiggerz. So while he's going to start pumping out those strikers, it's going to be a bit late, a bit inefficient. I mean, he's only got 2 strikers alive at the moment. You would think you would want at this point to have your second light vehicle, all your Reeses coming in, and you just want to be pumping them out. So you see some helicopters coming across the map now. And those helicopters will trade much better against the strikers than the Pumas did, that's for sure. See them upgrade to Tusk 1 there. So he's going to go try and take that resource, that oil again. Javelin running across the map here. So we're going to see those helicopters arrive now. Probably try and do a little bit more harass. Pizza, you have to say, give him that he's been very good at harassing. I mean, he hasn't made any solid push at the base to attempt to take it as of yet, but he's been harassing a lot, hurting Stigger's economy a lot. He's been hitting refineries, killing the M993, so he really has hurt Stigger's economy. So you see the strikers starting to come out now. So once the striker balls gets roading, they are very, very efficient to produce and very strong, obviously. So you can see rhinos out now. That's very interesting. You don't see rhinos all too often. Still Pumas coming out. Sword Vehicle Bay up now, and he is getting a Terminator. So Terminators, Rhinos and Pumas going to start coming across the map now. Against 4 strikers. That's going to be a bit uneven. And these helicopters are still alive, and they're still harassing the economy. And this is very good micro from Pizza. He's keeping his helicopters just out of range. So they're in range to fire, but not in range to get fired at, so very clever by him. He's got the anti-air upgrade there, so that's going to be hurting them as well. 1 helicopter left. But now this big army sitting here in the center is going to start to push. Where has that striker force disappeared to? Stiggerz had a striker force which has now moved out. And that could be very painful for him, considering this is here now. I, for the life of me, cannot see where those strikers went. So Terminators, Pumas and Rhinos. Very strong comp. Gonna kill this bank and that turret most likely. Here is the small striker force, but it's not gonna hold up very well against this. See the strikers going down fairly quickly. 4 Terminators left. 1 striker left. There we go. 4 Terminators remain. 1 striker alive. And he's probably going to lose. This refinery, I think, has been killed 3 or 4 times this game. That's quite funny. These are unupgraded Terminators. As you can see, they're just firing their main machine guns. They don't have their missile launchers yet. And yes, that refinery goes down again. I've lost count of how many times that refinery's died. Now you'd like him to stop producing Pumas and just go all out Terminators here. Interesting that he hasn't done that. But this non-stop like ground force push, I mean, he hasn't, as I said, he hasn't done a single solid hard push, but he's just been non-stop coming in, and really has put Stiggerz on the back foot to the point where Stiggerz just cannot compete. Stiggerz attempting to put up a refinery here, but that's not going to work. He's got a Hercules out now with these vehicles, so that'll help keep them alive, that's for sure, especially with the Tusk 1 upgrade. But this force is now pushing through the center here, so Stiggerz is going to have to move. He's lost his bank. And we'll have to see if that's enough. There goes his power. And you would think that this might be the end of it. This force just is not strong enough from Stiggerz. Inefficient use of his Hercules there as well. Hercules is nowhere near the strikers, getting stuck behind the buildings. So we're probably going to see GG now. And there was this really good continuing assault from Pizza, who kind of just non-stop assaulted the base, building up a mixture of units, getting Stiggerz onto the back foot and then keeping him there. It wasn't any amazing comp or any cheese play or anything like that. He used his early crushes to get Stiggerz on the back foot, and he just managed to keep him there the entire game. And that's very interesting. I like that play. I mean, it's not something you usually see. You usually see cheese or you see spam of a single unit, but this is very interesting, very balanced play here from Pizza. Stiggerz is still trying to keep himself in it, but you'd have to feel that it's pretty much game over. More terms coming across now, a small helicopter force as well, so you think Stiggerz' days are numbered. Turret there still alive, it's going to die fairly soon. These terms do now have that missile upgrade, you can see it firing. More terms coming across. And there's the GG. Very good play there from Pizza. Very good of him to get Stiggerz onto the back foot and keep him there. And so we'll be back for the second game. Okay, and we're back for the second game. Arten has just decided to join me and he will co-commentate, I guess.
Hello everyone.
You would have seen him play last night. And so we have an aluminium center spawn this time. Quite a lot of aluminium, with gold down each side, not a lot of rare earth. Stiggerz going US again, with with Pizza Head going for Chimera again, and straight away into that double gold again. I get the feeling Stiggerz was quite upset after that loss. Kind of annoyed about that early cheese of using crushers against his base. Arten, you missed it. Basically what Pizza did is he rushed at Stiggerz' base with a whole bunch of crushers. And the crushers didn't kill him, but it put him on the back foot for the whole game, basically.
Nice. How many crushers did he use?
I think 6 or 7 of them.
Alright, there's a nice number of crushers, yeah. that you can use to take down at least one refinery, as far as I know.
I think he took down 2 refineries with them and a whole bunch of M993s.
That's nice.
So SAS coming out here for pizza. He's not producing crushes now, so it doesn't look like he'll go for the same tactic.
Actually, interestingly, none of them are scouting yet.
No, they're just kind of getting their bases built and taking their banks and stuff. No, I mean, we saw the early push in the previous game, but nothing really so far here. No, interesting. Stiggerz has sent a marine over and taken a building on the left-hand side of his base. Just a random building, obviously for some security.
I think we can see a push from Pizza Head with a single sniper, and he's also researching crusher weaponry. We could see an early push from him, I think.
It is always possible, but it's also always good, in my opinion, to research crusher weaponry just as a defense, because they just become defensive units.
I mean, he has some crushers. I mean, he has like 3 on each refinery, and he's cramming them up a bit. As far as I can see, at least the number of crushers.
I know in the previous game he did, over and above the crushers he sent in, he did have 3 on each refinery. A bit inefficient in my opinion, but it works.
And now we see Pizza Head taking the bank, sniping all the marines inside, while Stiggerz is loading up some marines, sending them to their death.
You see, Stiggerz has gone for this brown color. This color is, in my opinion, a bit unfair. It makes units very, very hard to see.
Yeah, in the King of the Hills tournament, this color has been banned, by the way.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh, and we see some MG-ness, some defensive MG-ness from Stiggerz.
I think he's definitely a bit wary from that previous game. But it's also always good, in my opinion, to get some MG nests up. Especially in a 1v1, because you know you're the only person that they're going to be coming for, so you need that little bit of defense.
Yeah, also you...
Go ahead.
Also, US MG nests don't cost that much actually, but I'm not sure if I would like build 2 right at the beginning. This can actually put you back a little bit in the economical race.
It's very similar to Mr. Pringles' build order. He puts down a MG nest next to every single one of his refineries, just in case. And you might think it's inefficient, but it does work very well. And you need to remember that upgraded MG nests have anti-air and anti-tank abilities and become quite strong.
Yeah, but you need to like upgrade them one by one, which costs extra resources.
Yeah. That sniper is still just sitting sniping these guys in the bank on the right hand side. I don't know if Stiggerz has even noticed, but he's just losing those units one by one.
Yeah, he does. Nice sniping from Pizza Head.
Yeah. Snipers are very strong anti-infantry units.
Also very good against vehicles, like light vehicles from the US or Chimera.
Yeah, a couple of snipers will insta-pop most light vehicles.
Yeah, especially when you have the depleted uranium upgrade. That's a pretty good one. It can actually two-shot one striker.
So we see Pizza's gone for the unit carrying upgrade for the Pumas, and he has one Puma here full of soldiers already. Neither of them has done that much expanding. Stiggerz has taken quite a lot of gold. Actually, a ton of gold. He's got his light vehicle bay up already. Three Pumas up already from Pizza Head.
Yeah, he's getting them earlier than Stiggerz, because Stiggerz was going for these MG nests, so this actually put him back a little bit.
But don't forget that he doesn't need to worry too much, because especially if Stiggerz starts to get up strikers trade very well against Pumas. They're quite a lot stronger than Pumas.
Yes, true, because a striker has like 10 HP when they could come out of the light vehicles bay. And once you get the Tusk One upgrade, this amount of hit points will double. So
Yeah.
they can be used actually even against Terminators or any late game vehicles.
Although the difference is pretty much that strikers cost both aluminium and gold, whereas Pumas only cost gold. So they're weaker but cheaper. So Pizza tries to bring his 4 Pumas around on the side here, and he runs straight into 2 buildings full of javelins, and they die very quickly. Although he runs his units in that he was carrying, he runs his units into those 2 buildings and takes them quickly. Another Puma goes down inside Stiggerz' base to a turret and strikers.
Yeah, along with the Felon.
So he traded 4 Pumas and a bunch of infantry for 2 buildings. Not exactly efficient.
We could say that that was a failure push maybe on his side. It could backfire him.
Another thing that he did in the first game is he got his sword vehicle bay up, but he carried on producing Pumas while he produced Terminators, and I think that's a little inefficient. I would prefer to see him just go full out Terminators.
Well, actually, if you play Chimera, you will have a really large number of gold sitting in your HQ, and the problem is that Chimera has a problem spending that gold. So either you spend it in making more Pumas with the rocket upgrade, or you go for Tigers.
He got Stiggerz up as well, the helicopters.
Yeah, the Tigri, that's how it's pronounced.
So you see Stiggerz has taken a few more refineries on the right hand side, so he's going to have quite a strong economy now. Basically this is the exact same build that Stiggerz went for in the first game, except the difference is Pizza has not managed to get him on the back foot without using that Crusher rush. He hasn't put him on the back foot, so Stiggerz managed to go through with his build order now.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking, what can you actually do against a US player who's turtling like this, and he's expanding aggressively? What can you actually do?
Well, you can do what what Pizza's doing at the moment, what he did in the first game, is send in your units in waves. So instead of a solid push, you just send them in wave by wave and just harass. You hurt the economy. So you kill the M993s, you kill refineries if you can. But since the first game, Stiggerz is turtling a lot more because he realized that he just did not have enough defense in the first game. So he's almost doubled his defenses. He's filled buildings up with javelin units. He's put more of MG nests down, and that is going to help him definitely. And as I said as well, in the first game, that early harass put Stiggerz on the back foot, whereas now Stiggerz is not on the back foot at all, so he's able to defend himself quite well. And you can see these strikers trading out very well against the Pumas.
Yeah, the early strikers have like 10 hit points, and the upgraded Pumas have 12, so they are actually better than normal strikers a bit. But well, once the strikers they get the Tuscana upgrade, it's over for the Pumas. I'm actually surprised that Pizza Head is not loading felons into his Pumas. He could have like captured these POWs there in the middle.
Yeah. Although don't forget he has to kind of conserve costs. He has to, like he can't fill up all his Pumas.
Yeah, I mean, well, one or two snipers or felons are not enough from my experience.
So more harass now on the right hand side here. 4 Pumas just shooting at the M993s.
Yeah, we see Stiggerz getting another light vehicles bay.
And he
So
definitely, yeah, he definitely does have
could.
the economy now to produce more strikers.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably committed in spamming strikers. And I think his Tusk-1 upgrade should be ready now.
Yes, his strikers do have Tusk-1.
I don't see it applied to the striker yet.
The ones he's using here on the right hand side are Tusk-1. More Pumas here. Might see this refinery go down to this Puma push.
I would really like to see Pizza Head going for sword protocol and getting those rocket upgrades for the Pumas.
Well, he is going for sword at the minute, so you'll probably see that quite soon.
So that's a bad engagement. Pumas versus Javelins.
Yeah, those javelins are very strong anti-tank infantry.
We haven't seen Pizza Head taking the top left bank.
No, he hasn't expanded his economy too much. His gold in his main has mined out. So he may start to fall behind economy-wise quite quickly.
Yes, that is the case, I think.
Especially when you're up against a double striker or double light vehicle by US, because they're very, very efficient and they can pump out so many strikers.
Yeah, and strikers have a pretty good build time. I mean, you can spam them like non-stop in a single line. Like in a minute, you can pump out so many strikers. That's unbelievable.
Pizza has taken some of the refineries in the center, so he is getting quite a lot of aluminium now. You'll have to tell me what uses aluminium in Chimera. I barely ever played it.
Oh yeah, so aluminum, for example, Terminators cost like 1,000 aluminum, and the upgrade for them, which he is probably going to get, costs like 2,000 aluminum. There's the anti-tank upgrade.
We do see the sword vehicle bay go up now, and straight away he starts to produce Terminators.
Yes, he already queued up 6 Terminators.
He's got quite a large Puma force sitting in the center. Although if you take a look at Stigger's striker force, that's already very strong. Interesting that he's producing ICVs alongside the strikers. Why do you think he's doing that?
Yes, maybe he's afraid of exo soldiers because as it happens, exo soldiers are pretty weak against ICVs.
That could be the case, yeah. His build orders are pure strikers now though, so he just got a few ICVs out to be safe.
So we see the third Terminator leaving the factory, going straight into the middle. I think Pizza had this thing about pushing from the middle.
I think it might be too late already. You can see that striker force starting to move out now. And remember, they are Tusk 1 already. Then you're going to see the two armies run headfirst into each other now. You'd like to see him, Stiggerz, pull back his army a bit so that they're not so spread out, otherwise they're going to die in single file. But you can see just how strong those Tusk 1 strikers are. Although he's trading very inefficiently because he hasn't moved them into a group, so the ones at the back aren't even firing.
Yes, it appears that Pizza Head is retreating.
And one thing we have to remember is, his Terminators literally, as I was saying that, got their missile upgrade. And what I was going to say is you need to remember that Terminators now only fire their missile when standing still. They don't fire it when moving.
Yes, so in order to fire the autocannon, you will have to move them around a bit, and then you can actually micro them by moving, waiting for the missile to reload, and then pressing E to stop the Terminator and shoot the rockets.
More strikers coming out now from Stiggerz. Looks like he will take down that refinery.
So we see some Terminators and Pumas from Pizza Head, but he's not focusing on the weaker strikers. Oh, now he does.
Might be a bit late for him now because there's that second striker army, and it doesn't look like he's got enough up to hold that back. Second refinery down now. You see Pizza holding back his army now to try and grow it, but it's just not growing fast enough.
Interestingly, I also don't see Hercules repair vehicles from Stiggerz.
His striker production is very good now. He's got this army out and he's got another one already completely built in his base. So this is what happens when you let a striker rush get going, is they can just non-stop build them. Stiggerz runs head first into Pizza's base and Pizza throws his army at him. You'll have to see if that's enough. It might push back this one striker army, but there's another one waiting.
Yeah, he's cleverly focusing down the outposts to stall the production from Pizza Head.
So we see that striker army pushed back, only 2 strikers left in low health. But there's another massive one just starting to move out from Stiggerz.
Yeah, and he still hasn't built any Hercules, which is kind of interesting.
I think at this point he doesn't really need to.
Well, he could still run into a bad engagement. I mean, if Pizza Head would like line up his tanks above the ground, he could like take out a couple of strikers before they could get in.
Yeah, and you see here that Pizza is having aluminium problems. He's not getting enough resources in. And interesting, we see literally as Pizza pushes out his army, so Stiggerz comes around into the back of his base.
Yeah, I think they are going for a base trade here. I mean, that is all what his Pizza Head is thinking that he's doing.
Thing is, Stiggerz did get up all those turrets and stuff early on, so Pizza is not going to win the base trade.
Yeah, I don't see any outposts from him, so if those buildings get taken out, it's game over for him.
You see his HQ go down. And another thing you have to remember is there's still more strikers sitting in Stiggerz' base, so he can just use that against this approaching army.
So there's the sword vehicle bay going down. And it's GG.
Yeah, and pretty much an exact reverse of the previous game. They both went for their exact same build orders, and this time it was Stiggerz who took the upper hand. So we will have the 3rd game. See you then. And we're back for the 3rd game. Interestingly enough, only the 2nd time we've gone to game 3. Usually it's a 2-game whitewash.
Is this the first time we have a third game, or
The second time. Double gold straight away for Pizza again. Identical bulldoors so far. Again, they've gone for US and Chimera, so they're sticking to what they know.
Exactly. Also, interestingly, Pizza Head has not taken the bank last game.
No,
Maybe
never.
this time.
But
Yeah.
it's interesting, he never took the bank in front of his base, but he did take the bank on the side. He took that bank that he killed all the units with the sniper.
They tried to deny the bank from Stiggerz, which was a good idea actually, because he was aggressively expanding, and then if he had the bank, he could have expanded even more aggressively. I mean,
Yeah. I'd like to see Pizza try and go for that Tigre build, the double helipad Tigre build, because those will counter the strikers quite well. But I don't know if he knows that build or not.
in his case, I would probably try and build pack FAs.
Yeah.
Because lightnings are pretty efficient against strikers. I mean, they can two-shot a single striker, a +1 striker, by the way. So that's actually something to note.
Pizza has taken the bank now in front of his base. And he's taken a third gold as well as he's got his spear vehicle bay out quite early.
It seems Pizza Head is taking out one of the Marines from Stiggerz. He's trying to deny the Marines from taking the bank.
So we might see Pizza go for the same build, but try and get his Pumas out even earlier. Because it doesn't take too long, but it does take a fair while for the US to get up that striker force. So that's pretty much how to counter it, is kill them before they kill you.
Exactly, yeah. And then try and put them to a strategy, like the aggressive expansion that he's going for. And now we also see this time that the third oil refinery from Pizza Head has come up earlier.
Yeah, he definitely was much earlier on that. We see Stiggerz going for the 4th oil and then aluminium.
Yeah, pretty standard from Chimera nowadays.
Yeah, Pizza's also going for his aluminium. Puma's coming out already.
Yeah, so both players playing very much orthodox this time. They are not going very aggressive.
We may see Pizza go early aggression with those Pumas to try and prevent Stiggerz from getting that striker build going. I find it interesting that they've all three games gone for the exact same build order. I understand practicing an efficient build order, but you should have more than one in your arsenal.
Well, yeah, it also depends on the game, actually. I mean, currently the game doesn't really offer that many viable strategies at this point, in my opinion.
What I would have liked to see, and I don't know how much game time Pizza has with the US, but I would have liked to see him swap for the US and try and go for an early cheese win like that. That's what I would have done, at least. Although with Stiggerz' use of turrets, it's quite hard to cheese him. Light vehicle bay coming out now from Stiggerz. 4 Pumas out already from Pizza.
Yes, and he's getting the transport bay for the Pumas, and he's probably going to load them up with snipers.
Well, he produced 1 SAS. He isn't producing any more infantry at the minute.
Yeah, we can see Pizza Head on the left side moving out with the sniper SAS to take the bank from Stiggerz.
So Stiggerz has his light vehicle bay up, but he is not producing strikers yet. He's going DEFCON 2.
Yes, and we can see Stiggerz again building a barricade right in the middle. The 2 MG nests.
It's interesting. One of the biggest differences, in my opinion, between this and something like StarCraft is StarCraft you have all your resources within your base, and so you can do things like wall off, and it prevents you losing your resources as well as your buildings. Whereas this game has resources spread all over the map, so you can't kind of wall off. You have to kind of guard each refinery individually, and that does change things quite a lot.
Well, yeah, StarCraft also has some expansions, and the problem is also that in StarCraft, for example, at some point you will have to expand, otherwise the resources will run out. While in this game you can actually build some production facilities that would produce aluminum or cash for you.
Yeah.
While in StarCraft you can't do that actually.
And I think I prefer this random resource spawn to the static spawn of StarCraft. It's harder to, you have to master the units, and you have to master your build order instead of just mastering, like, you have to kind of, how to say this, you have to take the resources that you need and that kind of thing, and you have to search for them rather than just know, okay, well, I can go to this base and that base and take what I need. It does add RNG, but it adds more skill to actually using the units, in my opinion.
Maybe, yeah, probably.
I know StarCraft fans would probably argue with me, but
they probably would. Now we can see that Pizza Hut has taken out one of the aluminum refineries on the left side, also taking out the MG nest. He used one of the Marines to capture the building,
yeah,
which is pretty smart. So this time he actually loaded some infantry inside the Pumas, but not enough.
So he has gone much earlier with these Pumas to try and stop that early strength build from Stiggerz.
Yeah,
Stiggerz is sending out four strikers now.
Yeah, he has to be aggressive, otherwise he would lose against the train of strikers again.
You see another 6 Pumas sitting in the middle of the map right now for pizza. And it looks like he has got his build order more efficient than the previous game, because he is producing those Pumas much faster.
Now Stiggerz is realizing that Pizza Head is building Pumas and he's going aggressive, so Stiggerz should also start building some offensive units.
Yeah, I think he's going to just focus on getting those strikers out now.
Here we see another attack from Pizza Head. He's taking down Stiggerz forward refinery in the middle.
And that's about to get reinforced by another 4 Pumas. It's a very good early Puma production here by Pizza.
Yes. I think the refinery that he built, the third refinery in the beginning, probably helped him a lot. In getting these Pumas so early.
Yeah. His build order was just way more efficient than it was in the previous game.
Now we see some +1 strikers from Stiggerz trying to push back Pizza Head.
And they do trade very well.
Yes. But as you can see, strikers have a bit of higher fire rates, so they can take down more Pumas.
Stiggerz is going for a second light vehicle bay already.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the economy to support it, so that could be a misstep there.
Yeah, he may want to just focus on getting strikers out from his first, because the production in the first light vehicle bay has all but stopped now. It's producing, but very slowly.
Yes, at this point, probably Pizza Hut should think about expanding a little bit more and going for sword protocol at this point.
Well, he is getting his sword vehicle bay up, so he has gone sword protocol. More Pumas in the middle now. And we see the Terminator production straight away.
We also see Stiggerz collecting some prisoners of wars, but he doesn't have the hospital to imprison the prisoners, which is a little bit of a waste, in my opinion.
Stiggerz is starting to get the ball rolling with his strikers now, so Pizza wants to kind of push now before it gets out of hand.
Yes, but as you can see, if you click on the building, those strikers aren't producing fast enough. So
No. And one thing that I would have liked to see, maybe not this time around, but in the last two games, Stiggerz has built most of his defenses in the center, but he has built refineries on either side. It doesn't look like he's done that this time, but in the previous game he did that. And Pizza made no attempt to push those unguarded refineries to the side. He just sends his units straight through the center every time.
we see some Terminators from Pizza Hut. Still no anti-tank upgrades.
He does need to start getting more aluminum because it really is slowing down his Terminator production. I find he doesn't take enough resources. All the games he just hasn't taken enough.
Oh, now we see the anti-tank upgrade from Pizza Hut on those Terminators.
But Stiggerz already has quite a few strikers out now, so... Actually can't find where he moved all his strikers right now, considering he's got that really annoying colour. Oh, there they are in the centre of the map.
I guess the problem might be on about the Pizza not being too aggressive in expanding is maybe because he doesn't even see the resources on the map. He might want to build those drones and scout the map a little bit.
Yeah, I think he should do that because he isn't picking up enough resources. So we're going to see a refinery here go down before it gets built.
Yeah, we see an engagement right outside the base of Stiggerz. Terminators versus upgraded strikers.
Almost a direct trade here, unit for unit. Although we will see Pizza just win that engagement. Interestingly enough, one of the light vehicle bays for Stiggerz has stopped producing. I don't know if he just hasn't noticed that. He has.
I I think he's having income problems.
It looks like it is a little bit, yeah. He has got a Hercules out. But it looks like he's struggling for resources. Unlike the previous games, he hasn't taken all the refineries on the side. He's taken one so far. And so he really isn't getting in enough resources at the minute.
Yeah, Pizza Head was doing a nice job in denying those forward refineries in the beginning of the game.
We see quite a strong force now pushing out for Pizza.
Now we see Stiggerz trying to stop the Terminator force with a single MG nest.
Now Tusk 1 strikers with 2 Hercules are very hard to kill. But you need decent micro, you need to keep those Hercules in range of those strikers. Stiggerz selling his logistics center to try and get some resources.
Yeah, he's trying to invest into strikers, but I don't think he will get them out fast enough. Now he's switching it up with ICVs, striker ICVs.
And the production from Pizza Head is really good at the moment. His gold is a bit short, but his aluminum is absolutely fine, and he's producing lots of Terminators. Another refinery about to go down here. Quite a decent striker force up now with those 2 Hercules, so that will be hard to kill.
Now we see a final push from Pizza Head. Probably.
And we're going to see these 2 forces clash head on. Those strikers with those Hercules are very, very hard to kill. But the Hercules are not close enough. He needs to move them slightly closer.
They can still heal. I mean, they have a how should I put this? A repair aura which we can't see.
Yeah. I'm just, if you click on them, you can see that. I was mistaken about their range. So they are just in range. So it looks like this force is going to be pushed back, but the production of Stiggerz is just too slow right now.
Yeah, and now we see reinforcements coming up from Pizza Head. More Pumas and Terminators. Now we see an engagement at the crossroads on the left side from Stiggerz base. Now the Terminators changing the direction and go for the expansions on the left side of Stiggerz. And he's taking out cleverly the transport vehicles. So he's trying to cripple the economy of Stiggerz, trying to stop those strikers from being produced. Again, Stiggerz is thinking about making a push towards the base of Pizza Head, but now he sees that there's a significant force stationing at the door of Pizza Head. And now Pizza Head is going for the main base of Stiggerz, and Stiggerz is pulling back off his strikers to deal with the pressing force. We see that Stiggerz is trying to bait the strikers to shoot the ICVs and try to do damage with the Tusk 1 upgraded strikers. Yeah, Pizza Head is down to 3 Terminators and now down to none. So he manages to push back this aggressive push from Pizza Head. Now Pizza Head is thinking about attacking again with a large force of Pumas and Strikers again, but he still hasn't expanded. So there are still aluminum fields which haven't been taken yet. Stiggerz still has
How many strikers does Stiggerz have up at the moment?
Probably 8, and a couple of them are ICVs. Now there are 2 coming up. So there are about 10 strikers. A little bit more than 10, yeah, and the 2 Hercules. Now Pizza Head is going for the left side, trying to take out the expansions of Stiggerz. Pizza Head hasn't sold all of his depleted refineries, which is kind of an error. Again, Terminators and Pumas going for the US base from the left side. And again, Stiggerz is turning around with his forces and trying to push back the Terminators.
What I'll try and do is hopefully get I'll record the footage of the replay and hopefully cut it over this. So hopefully people who are watching this are watching it at the same time. I'll see if I can get that doing, but if not, sorry, you have to listen to a description.
Alright, so he's again down to 3 Terminators and the Strikers are winning the battle again. Interestingly, we don't see that we don't see infantry utilized from both sides, so that is actually also interesting, because infantry also has a big advantage on this map, that it can traverse from the low ground to the high ground easily without using the roads. And that way both sides could have like traded a couple of refineries or sell them maybe. You see a lot of POWs on the map, and Stiggerz is not utilizing his infantry to collect them. Now we see a standoff in the middle. Striker, MGSs and 3 ICVs and 2 Hercules against, let's say, about 8 Terminators and a bunch of Pumas. It's a larger force than what Stiggerz has. Now Pizza Head is thinking about building those bombers, the Chimera bombers. I don't know how they are called. Let me just check. The Neuron bomber, to try and take out the remaining buildings of Stiggerz.
Don't see those get used very often. It's usually if people go for bombers, they go for B2s.
Yeah. Yeah, normally Neuron bombers aren't that bad really, but the problem with them that they spread their payload too much. And it kind of makes them inefficient versus the B2 bombers, which can do carpet bombing. Now we see the Defensive Research Center coming up from Pizza Head. I think both sides are running out of resources, so Pizza Head is thinking about building those Syntech labs. There are more strikers coming up from Stiggerz. It appears he's been busy collecting POWs. And purchase more strikers. Now we see a push from Pizza Head. It appears that they will clash in the middle of the map. Puma's in front, while strikers behind. Now we see a really bad engagement from Stiggerz. He failed to make a concave with his troops. Pizza Head is pushing back Stiggerz again. It appears that Pizza Head has 4 Neuron bombers ready to be deployed. And he still hasn't built any of those hospitals. Okay, we see another engagement, Pumas versus Strikers. Strikers deflecting the attack right away. It's actually interesting that none of the players gone for more drones to map the area for resources, which is kind of bad for them. See some Neuron bombers heading for the base of Stiggerz, looking to take out the power.
User joined your channel.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello at the roof.
We're just busy recording the last game, Stiggerz vs Pizza Head.
Well, there's another engagement there in the middle, but they kind of miss each other. Now Stiggerz realizes that there's a force he could engage. Yeah, this looks like a nice engagement. Pizza Head wasn't paying attention and he lost 2 Terminators right away. Now the Terminators are cornered and are getting taken out by the Tuscan Strikers and Hercules repair units. So now Pizza Head has lost all of his troops, but he still has 4 bombers, which are still reloading.
How much damage did he do with his bombing runs?
He took out 2 power generators and damaged the HQ as well as the barracks and light vehicles bay a little bit. Now he's coming with 4 neuron bombers to follow up his attack. At the same time, Stiggerz is thinking about moving into the main base of Pizza Head and maybe take out the air control facilities. Okay, so the neuron bombers have taken out the light vehicles bay and the power generator. The barracks is still standing. Now we see Stiggerz taking out the air control of Pizza Head and going for the Pizza Head surrenders. GG.
Oh wow. Sounds super close. Okay,
Well,
so
yeah.
I'll film the replay and then cut it over that so that we'll still be able to watch it, and then the viewers get to listen to your voice.
User joined your channel.
You could actually watch the replay and then try and cut the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll do something like that. And we have another game coming up in a few minutes, so see you then for that. Bye.